It's what? How are you guys? Welcome to our YouTube channel. It's your girl Precious.
And it's your boy Rogers.
We are the Mawejje family, and together we are capturing moments, we are creating bonds
and building dreams. Yes, guys, welcome to our How We Met Part 2. And this is where it's going to be even more interesting. But in case you didn't watch our How We Met Part 1, just make sure you watch it. Go and watch it. You don't miss anything. And if you are new here, just make sure you subscribe to our channel. Like this video, comment and share to all your friends. Share everywhere.
Yes, guys. So yesterday we ended when I was now planning to go visit this man to see where he stays. Actually, remember, we've been dating online, and I knew if I go to Zimbabwe, he's just gonna come and take me, and I wanted really to find out what I was getting myself into. So I started planning, so that I go and see him. And guess what, guys? When I arrived there, I got the shock of my life. I tell you, I wasn't happy at all, but you know what? I focused on the love I had for him. I knew the man I was dating. So I left all the other things behind, and I said, let me focus on the love I had for him, because we had actually connected so much online. You know, it was like just meeting physically was just a fulfillment. I had already known him a lot on our online video calling and texting. So I consoled myself and I focused on the love I had for him. And also, actually, that was the best vacation of my life, guys. You know, considering it was my first time traveling to Uganda or traveling out of the country, I really had a great time. So guys, I started planning for this journey, though it wasn't easy. Remember, I was still a student. It wasn't really easy. But one thing about me, those who know me from Fort Hare, I was a really hard-working person. I was a hustler, so I was doing some few things on campus. So the money for the ticket, really, I had it already. So when I thought, when I have the money for the ticket, that was all. Guys, I sweated, because I ended up realizing, you know, to go to Uganda, you need a lot of documents, you need a lot of things. I remember I needed yellow fever cards, even the COVID test, and many other things that I needed. But you know what? When you want something, you do whatever it takes to get it. I had to do anything possible to make sure I go there.
Yes, guys, and I was so excited, you know, meeting someone the first time whom you have connected with online, video called. You can imagine, you can draw the pictures. I was drawing the pictures, very excited. But on the other hand, I was also scared, because I had just made, you know, something that really took everything from me. It was one day, within the same period of time, I got robbed. Like, I came from the bank during the day, because there was a project that I wanted to work on. So I got almost everything, all my money. So keeping at home, such that I know the next day I'm going to finish my project. Guess what? I don't know how these guys fooled me. During night, they broke my house. They took all the money. Not only that, they took everything in the house. So this is the time where we are planning and preparing to meet physically. That scared me a lot, because I was like, now what is going to happen? There is nothing in the house, no money, nothing. What is going to happen, really? That scared me, though inside me I was excited as well to see my lover of my life for the first time. You understand? But that really, as many you know, when you have dated someone, meeting the first time, at least there are higher expectations, and I couldn't do anything to meet those expectations, because that time I was really down. But when she came, what shocked me is how she behaved. She found me with nothing, but you know how she behaved finally made me to make a decision that this is the right woman I need to be with for the entire of my life. So I really made a decision, and I said I'm going to take, this wife of mine to even my parent, because I had never taken anyone to my parent, to my mother that I love the most. So I made that decision that I'm going to do anything to make sure I marry this woman because of what she showed me. You can tell them what you found here.
So guys, after arriving here, I got the shock of my life. That's the truth. My excitement level dropped a bit, because I had too much hope and too much expectations from this gentleman I was visiting, my boyfriend. So actually when I arrived, he welcomed me from the airport. We went home. When we reached home, guess what? He opened the door. When I entered the where he was staying, the house, hey my God, it looked like a desert. Hey my God, I saw nothing in the first room. I was like, you know what, Precious, calm down, because maybe he ordered things online. Maybe since he knew I was coming, maybe he ordered things online and maybe they delayed. So after some few hours, I never heard anything about, you know what, my girlfriend, Precious, don't mind about what you are seeing here, the ground in the house. I ordered things online, they are coming. Nothing. He said nothing. Then I knew now, this is the reality now. But I said, you know what, I'm going to keep calm. I'm going to keep calm. And not only that, guys, the other thing, it's very bad to expect too much, because when you get disappointed, really, you fall. I tell you, remember, I was dating this man online. You see, we were talking online, video calling and text, and he had promised me, remember, he had promised me that when you come to Uganda, that's when we are going to let people know about our relationship. So I was so excited. When I was even still in South Africa, I used to tell me, Precious, you know what, I have all the plans, I have planned everything of how I'm going to introduce you to everyone I know, to all the social media platforms. The way he was saying it, in my mind, I know women, you can relate. I was like, you know what, my boyfriend is going to engage me, put a ring on my finger. We go to the, announce, I'm showing the finger, we're engaged, That was how I expected him to show me to the world. But guess what? Hey, he even didn't talk about showing me to the world when I came here. But you know what? Despite all that, I was disappointed. I came with that expectation from 1,000, but it dropped to 2. But you know what? I said, you know what? Since I love this man, this thing, let me just leave it. And one thing about me, when it comes to material things, really, I'm not that much bothered. So when I saw that this is what it is, I said, you know what, let me leave it like that. Let me focus on seeing, really, because I knew my man, I knew the potential he had, I knew everything. We had connected so much. So these all things, these deserts that I found in the house and everything, I said, you know what, I'm not going to pay more attention on that. So after that, we started planning to visit my in-laws, my mother-in-law, the one I love the most. Oh my God, I love that woman. I love my mother-in-law. She's lovely like her own son. They say like mother, like son. Yeah. She's so amazing. She's so lovely. So we planned to visit here, but I was so worried. Why? Because I didn't know if they really speak English. So I told my husband, we are going to see Mama, but I'm really worried. How am I going to talk? He said to me, you know what, don't worry about it. Language is never a barrier. I'm going to interpret for you. So I said, even if you don't interpret or what, I don't have an option. We have to go. So we arrived there. I was welcomed with so much love. Oh my God, I was welcomed with so much love. They cooked my favorite. Actually, I don't know how did they know. They cooked so much chicken and they gave me a lot of it. I was so excited, talking. the first day actually, I was talking as if we are speaking the same language. You see, I was talking more stories, even laughing. My husband was the one on trouble because he was even drinking some water aside to clear the throat because I could talk. I said, my friend, interpret. Talk. And we were even laughing. And one thing that I did before visiting them, I had to learn some Luganda, some words of greeting my in-laws. How do I greet them? I have to kneel down. I have to what. So, I was trying also to, putting effort to speak Luganda, and they could laugh. I tell you, with the way my pronunciation, it was not that much good. So it even made things so much interesting. So actually it was really amazing. And another thing that I really loved, that one I loved it. Yeah, I tell you guys, in Zimbabwe, the culture is when you get married, you have to go visit your in-laws and maybe stay for 2 weeks there. You're welcomed in the family, and they are all eyes on you. They want to see you doing cooking, cooking for the in-laws, cleaning, everything. I know those who are the Mororas of Zimbabwe. I really know everything, that when you visit your in-laws, they really expect a lot from you. You have to be cooking, you have to be doing running, everything. You see, but guess what? Hey, when I arrived at my in-laws, instead of me cooking, they were even denying. They said, we will feed you. Aye. I said, you know what? This is heaven on earth now. I was so happy because the first day they fed me. The next day, I was just trying to say, can I cook or what? They say, no, you're our guest here. We are the one who are supposed to feed you. Little did they know that they've just given access to a wrong person. We're planning to stay there 3 days. So the first day it was okay. Second day, my mother-in-law saw me. She laughed. She saw me in the morning. I know people from Zim or other countries, you leave some food in the evening, then you expect maybe kids to eat that food in the morning. In Zimbabwe, we call it munya, the sadza you leave in the evening, you eat it in the morning, even if it doesn't have meat, even if there is some tomatoes and onions. My mother-in-law found me when I was diving and competing with the kids. With the kids that were there. She called Rogers. She called my husband. She said, Rogers, can you see what your wife to be your girlfriend is doing? I was there actually there were 4 kids and I was the 5th one there. We were competing, eating what was left in the evening. And guess what? It was matoke, the staple food here. I was eating. Don't think there was meat. We were eating it with tomatoes, some sliced tomatoes, some onions and sauce. And I was there competing with them. My mother-in-law laughed that this one doesn't even care. And after that, because she had told me, here you are the visitor, we are going to do everything for you. I after finishing the food, I went to her. I said, Mama, I called my husband, let's go, my interpreter. Mama, are there any ripened avocados? Because one thing, my mother-in-law, she's a farmer. So at their house, at home, there is avocados, oranges, granadillas, bananas, every kind of fruit. I tell you, a lot of food. So I went to her. I said, Mama, are there any avocados ripened? She said, do you want avocados? There is one inside the house. Within a minute, I was there already eating the avocado. Even the kids that were at home, they knew that when they go take some fruits, they have someone waiting for them there. They could come, give me. It was really amazing, guys. I got all the freedom. Some of us, if you give us freedom, we fly. 1 minute I was in the orchard taking oranges. The other minute I was there in granadillas. And when I left there, I tell you, I'd even gained 10 kilos because that was a lot of food. So I really loved how the culture here, that when you visit your in-laws, you don't really overdo, like, they don't expect you to do much actually. I don't know, but maybe it's my mother-in-law because she's a wonderful lady, I tell you. They welcomed me very well. And you know, my husband is a last-born, so we were last-borns. So it was really amazing. They treated us like last-borns. You know, last-borns, how they behave. So I had an escape plan there. So yeah, that was it, guys.
So guys, one thing about our mother, she is so lovely. She's a wonderful person. So she welcomed her. She loved her, by the way, the first time, because she called me and told me that, yeah, this is a lovely daughter, because she told me, you know, someone from afar coming, we didn't even connect the language. You know, mama don't know how to speak English, so we are not connecting the language, but she was so free to everyone. So because of that, she loved her, because she was so free. As she explained her all the food, she finished it. so she loved her a lot. And I also said, my mother's loved you, I've loved you the way you are. The decision really was made to get together for life. And then we came back at home. That's when she was preparing now to go back to South Africa to continue with her studies.
Yes, guys. So I started planning to go back to South Africa. So when the day arrived for me to go back, you know, goodbyes are not always the best. So we had to say goodbye to each other. I boarded, but my returning to South Africa wasn't interesting at all, wasn't good. You know, one thing about me, I'm a food lover. So I boarded actually Ethiopian Airways. You know, they serve you all kinds of food in the plane. I ate every single thing that was there. In the whole journey, I was having diarrhea. It wasn't interesting. But besides that, it was really an amazing time. So I went back to South Africa, went back on campus. I finished what I was doing there. So when I completed my studies, I had to go back to Zimbabwe. The moment I landed in Zimbabwe, I told him, you know what, my friend, I'm done with my studies right now, so make sure you work so hard to come and pay my bride price and lobola here, because if you disappoint me in any way, remember we had planned yes to come in March. If you disappoint me in any way, I'm going to continue with my studies, really. So yeah.
So from there, I started preparing, working so hard, because I knew that it wasn't going to be easy, and a lot of discouragements. You know how people can discourage you. Why this far? Why are you marrying far? It's going to cost you a lot. Why not here? Is there, haven't you seen any beautiful women here? You know, all of those kind of discouragements. But one thing about me, when I make a decision, it's hard to change, because I don't make it from just the surface. I make it from deep. So mostly no one changes me when I make up the decision. So I had made up a decision that no matter what takes, I'm going to go to Zim and pay lobola, or the bride price, and I take this beautiful woman. So I really worked so hard, and we really arranged everything. I had 2 friends who were ready to accompany me from here, Uganda, to Zimbabwe. You know, it's not like you are going to drive, you have to board. And we really enjoyed it, because even in Zimbabwe, I had good friends in South Africa who were ready to come and also accompany me. Even the things of cultures, because I had already people who are already in the culture who could tell me everything. I was not worried about anything. So I really enjoyed the journey, and I enjoyed everything. It's one of the days that I remember in my life because of the company I had.
Yes, guys. As well, I was so excited for their coming in Zimbabwe. But one thing, I I was excited, but I was also worried. I'm sure you can relate that you are in a long distance relationship. Imagine telling everyone, because we had planned that he's going to come to Zimbabwe and pay bride price on the 25th of March this year. So I was like, imagine telling everyone that, hey, my boyfriend is coming to pay lobola, you know, I'm going to get married to Uganda, and he doesn't show up. So it really worried me a lot. And those days I was too emotional and too sensitive that any silly thing he could say, it could go under my skin, I tell you. I remember one day, we're towards now the coming time of him to come to Zimbabwe. He just sent me a picture with 3 people. That was my sister-in-law, my Mula. I love her a lot. She's a lovely woman. She sent me a picture of Mula with her 2 kids. One thing, one of my sister-in-law's daughter looks like Rogers. They look alike. So I was like, my God, isn't this a child of Rogers? You know, Rogers had sent me just to let me know that the sister had visited with the kids to see him. And me, I was already in Limpopo, thinking of a lot of things running in my mind, but I ended up calming down. And imagine the next day after that, he called me and said, Precious, I have malaria right now, I can't even go out of bed. I was like, God, now these are the excuses I was, talking about. This guy is not coming. So all that really worried me and scared me. But you know what? When God says yes, nobody can say no. Nothing can really stop what God has really connected and prepared. So the day actually arrived, we had a wonderful time and we really enjoyed.
Yes, so guys, personally, I really enjoyed this experience. It was amazing. In fact, when the day arrived, when we reached in Mutare, that was one of the cities where she's coming from in Zimbabwe. We enjoyed. Mutare is a wonderful city. It's an interesting city. And the day arrived where we had to go now to pay lobola. That is the bride price, in case you don't know what lobola is. It's different from our culture, but they had already explained to me what happens. They had to hide me first, so I had not to go with them. They had to leave me somewhere, hide me. They first go to negotiate. Here there is negotiation. So after all the negotiations, they came for me to introduce me now officially. That's how they do it. They saw me, they introduced themselves to me as well. It was exciting, new culture, everything was really amazing. And after that, we had to celebrate. Of course, we had to dance. When it comes to shaking, to dancing, I'm above the sea level. You know very well.
Zimbabwean people dance, my friend.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, if she says she's dancing better than me or more than me, we'll put a competition. And you'll be the judges. Yeah. So guys, we also we ate. We enjoyed it. It was really an amazing experiencing different culture. It was amazing. And after we really came back together, and that's how I officially now got this beautiful wife of mine now.
Yes guys, so that was our love story. We've come to the end of our love story. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed every detail. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe, comment, like, share our videos, guys. We really appreciate your support. And make sure tomorrow you're tuned in, because we are coming with another banger, another amazing little video as well. So thank you so much, guys. We love you. Mwah.